Hello, it's me again. And today we're just going to do 5 or 10 GRE words. I plan to make this a series where, you know, I come every day and we talk about 5 random words and then I say bye to you. So it's essentially for me to learn and you can learn with me as well. That's the hope, right? So I'm doing this from Barron's 1100, which is quite a famous resource that people use to learn vocabulary for the GRE or in general. Like just knowing words is useful. So yeah, so let's get started. The book is divided into like multiple weeks. Each week has I think 5 days with 2 days for review, which makes sense. And so it's gonna take a long time. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it, but I mean we're gonna try our best. All right. So reading wisely. The youngster who reads voraciously, though indiscriminately, does not necessarily gain in wisdom over the teenager who is more selective in his reading choices. So basically, there's a young person who reads a lot, which is what voraciously means, but indiscriminately. He reads in a manner, he doesn't really pick what he reads. He reads anything. He doesn't really discriminate between different reading sources. That's why indiscriminately. A young man who has read the life story of every eminent athlete of the 20th century, or a co-ed who has steeped herself in every social protest novel she can get her hands on, may very well be learning all there is to know in a very limited area. So this is essentially picking like a very niche field and saying that if you read everything about that particular field, you can literally be um, you can be the world authority on that particular field. So eminent means very popular or well known, and steeped means again immersing yourself completely into a particular thing. Steeped also has a meaning related to tea bags, which I remember from my GRE days. I got a 324 out of 340 in my first attempt. So yeah, I think that's what steeped also means. Anyways, so and books are replete with so many wonders that is often discouraging to see bright young people limit their own experiences. So young people limit their experiences. They read only selected books, but books have so many things to teach you. So yeah, it's sometimes discouraging to see people limiting their experience, right? So I let's fill in the blanks and should be super simple, and then maybe we can aim for like another day as well because this is a huge book and we need to get through it quickly. And I think like videos, like 10 minute long videos, should be fine. It's good for me to like invest 10 minutes a day into vocabulary. And if you see this video and you learn alongside me, that would be great. Yeah. So okay, sorry about that. Yeah. So the football game was replete. Yeah, was replete, filled with excitement is what. And then the eminent author, obviously the really popular author, is the person who received the Nobel Prize. My cousin is so steeped in schoolwork that his friends call him a bookworm, which makes sense, right? Is so immersed into schoolwork, like I sort of am, and yeah, I'm called a bookworm at times. So after skiing, I have a voracious appetite. I have a huge appetite, right? Skiing is obviously used for Alps and then snow. And modern warfare often results in the dash to killing of combatants and innocent civilians alike. So this is a perfect example for indiscriminate, right? You don't Modern warfare doesn't discriminate between who's a civilian and who's a soldier. Everyone dies. So yeah, indiscriminate it is. Alright, so now let's just match the words. Voracious means um, desiring or consuming in great quantities. Yeah, I think this is correct. So D. Indiscriminate means basically choosing at random without careful selection, as I said. Right, so C. Eminent means of high reputation, outstanding. Yeah, these arrows are getting irritating. Steeped means to be yeah, soaked, drenched, saturated. That's how it's related to tea bags. Remember, I was saying. And replete means to be completely filled or supplied with, right? So I mean, let's check the answers, shall we? So, replete, eminent, steeped, voracious, indiscriminate. So, replete, eminent, steeped, voracious, and indiscriminate. I scrolled too fast, but okay. And then yeah, I think let's go back. Yeah, so DCAEB is the answers. Let's check if we got that right. DCAEB. So D for Delhi, C for Calcutta, A for Amsterdam or Amritsar, 9 E for elephant, and B, right, Bombay. Makes sense. So I think we did a good job on the first day. And the idiom is to eat humble pie. The eat humble pie is actually quite a common idiom. I've seen it used in a lot of places. And it basically means to admit you're wrong and apologize. So, say I tell you that the sky, that 1 plus 1 is 5. I will eat humble pie and say that I will be forced to eat humble pie by you guys in the comments because it's completely wrong, right? So, I'll have to admit my error and apologize. So, yeah. So the sentence is, after his candidate lost the election, the campaign manager had to eat humble pie because the campaign manager is the one who sort of managed the campaign for the candidate, and yeah, he probably messed up, which is why the candidate lost. Or maybe the candidate wasn't qualified enough. We don't know. Anyways, so now the day 2, I think let's cover two days in a single video. I think that's manageable. Tractable is another GRE word, but okay. Um, yeah, the worlds of science fiction abound with wonders. Yet modern technology progresses so rapidly that what may be today's wild dream may be next year's kitchen appliance. So science fiction is abound. Abound means plentifully available. So it's filled with wonders. It's like there are lots of wonders. There's no shortage of wonders in science fiction. And technology is basically combining science and math to make useful things for human beings. That's how I define technology, which might be naive, but and what may be today's wild dreams, like I don't know, flying cars, tomorrow might be like flying cars might actually exist. A British scientist has prognosticated that within 10 years, every suburban matron will have her own robot servant. One task of this domesticated automaton will not have to contend with will be scouring the oven, because even today's newest ranges can be programmed to reduce their own baked on grime to get easily disposed of ashes. So this is something I had to Google myself. So the British scientist prognosticated, basically British scientist has predicted that within 10 years, every suburban matron means like a motherly figure who takes care of the house, sort of. But that definition might be completely wrong. I need to check it. And so every matron will have her own domesticated robot servant, and this servant will this automated servant, that's an automaton, something that can do tasks autonomously by itself, will not have to contend with scouring the oven. So basically the oven gets filled with grime and dirt and stuff when you use it multiple times, but the automaton or the robot will not have to do this task, because even today there are ovens that exist that can be programmed to reduce their own grime, right? And then which grime is basically sticky. So these ovens have some technology that can make it into ashes, and that can be disposed of easily. So yeah, so now let's fill in the blanks based on like whatever I said, right? So the mayor refused to dash his margin of victory in the election. Refused to concede, or prognosticate basically. So the mayor refused to predict the margin of his victory, which is nice. Humble mayor, right? Okay, the time is approaching when human workers will be replaced by automatons, right? By automated robots. So automatons. The clever salesman will always ask a dash if a mother is at home, right? Will always ask a matron. That's what I think. The Western Plains used to dash with bison before those animals were slaughtered by the settlers. So this used to be abound, right? So we covered abound, we covered prognosticate with the mayor, we covered automaton will replace all of us. Matron is basically the salesman will ask a matron if the mother is at home, right? Man may be freed from back-breaking labor, wow, by the products of scientific technology, right? Makes sense. So prognosticate, automaton, matron, abound, technology. Prognosticate, automaton, automatons. Matron, abound, to be abound, whatever, and technology. So that's right. Let's go back and let's just do the crisscrossing. So abound is basically to be exist in great numbers. right? Technology is a branch of knowledge, deals with engineering, applied science, as I said, basically combining science and math stuff. Prognosticate is to predict something or foretell a future event, right? Automaton is basically a robot. And matron is an older married woman. So I was not too far off with the definition, maybe. So all right, now another idiom is a pig in a poke, right? Which I don't exactly know. Okay, so it's basically buying an item which you did not like, you don't know what the item is, but you still bought it. So it's a disappointment. So the mail order bicycle that my nephew bought turned out to be a pig in a poke, and he's now trying to get his money back. So essentially, the bicycle that they bought was terrible because they bought it without having seen it or having researched it really well, and it's a disappointment because it doesn't serve the purpose of delivering the mail and being a good bike or whatever. And yeah, so it turned out to be a pig in a poke, and now he wants to get his money back. That's what the idiom means essentially. So yeah, I hope I upload tomorrow, week 1 day 3. Other than that, I hope you liked the video. I mean, I guess you learned, like, we learned few words like a pig in a poke, to eat humble pie, prognosticate, abound, matron. Technology, I think, which we all knew. I'm forgetting some words now myself. Let's check. Yeah, voracious, being indiscriminate, right? So steep is a nice word. It's related to sort of tea bags and stuff, as I said. Wait, I can probably Google this. Yeah, to soak, yeah, tea in water or like extract a flavor, soften it. Basically, this is one, and the other one is to, yeah, surround or fill with a qualitative influence, which is what we were using in the book, right? Yeah. If you want to download a version of this book, just type Barron's 1100 words PDF on Google, and this is the first thing you should download. It's from some random site, but yeah, this is the link. All right. Okay. Bye. Oh, please like, subscribe as well. I don't know. Yeah.